All right, good evening, South Texas. I hope your Friday's been going well. Man, was it a warm and humid day or what? Here we are in October, and we should be having some drier conditions, but we haven't had much luck with that other than a few days this month so far. Something that we have been lucky with, though, is the rainfall. And you know what? We've really needed the rain. It had been such a dry month there to start off with, but just about a week ago, man, it rained hard, and we got the rain gauge to fill up nicely. Up to now 5.6 inches for the month. Of course, no rain today. 84 degrees was the high. That is above the average of 80, and then 91 was the record, but we were a long ways away from that. As far as the allergy report's concerned, light levels of mold, ragweed, and grass, that was what was in the air today. Nothing too worrisome. Calaveras light time lapse showed that we had a stunning sunset, and this is just basically all the things that went on today, but let's talk about what's it like out there right now. And it's still beautiful. Right now we look out towards downtown San Antonio from northwest San Antonio, and it is absolutely beautiful. That skyline, always stunning. Pretty quiet everywhere else we look now that sun's gone down. Radar not showing too much in the way of activity out there, but there is some activity to talk about. That's going to be way down there in southern McMullen and LaSalle counties. There's been a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity throughout the day to our south, closer on to the Rio Grande Valley, and some of that has managed to filter up into our region, but I think this will collapse even before it makes it to Tilden or Cotulla. Not expecting any major issues from this. Again, just a few brief showers right there in southern LaSalle and McMullen counties here, possibly over the next hour or two. You can see where it came from. They actually had some pretty intense thunderstorms just west of Corpus Christi, closer on to Alice, Texas, where Joe Reinagle's from. So they had a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity out there earlier on today, but now everything has quieted down a good bit. A wider look across the state of Texas shows that that's the only people who got lucky today in Texas as far as rainfall is concerned, and we're all going to see quieter conditions as we head into tonight. I see Carla saying hi from McKinney. I want to move back to Tyler. Well, Carla, we're happy to have you on our chat tonight. Ann says, hey, Andrew, Bill off celebrating his birthday weekend. Yeah, and he's just off, just trying to relax a little bit. Anna says hello. Martha says hello from San Marcos. Hello to you as well. Hope you're doing well this evening. Hello, Andrew. Have a great weekend from Star. You do as well. And Alexandria also saying hello. Hello to you. So, we got a great weekend ahead of us. Yeah, it's warm, it's humid, but those who are warm weather lovers, soak in a few more weeks, because we are going to have some cooler weather eventually here over the next month or two. 70s and 80s out there for the most part, with a few 60s in the hill country. Dew points into 60s across the region. So yeah, it is humid out there, and that's going to be the trend throughout these next couple of days. Now, with how much humidity and how much moisture is in the air tonight, we're going to have cloud cover really build in. Tomorrow morning, fog and a cloudy sky is expected, and maybe even some patchy drizzle. That's what Future Clouds and Radar is trying to pick up here at 6 a.m. Maybe seeing some patchy drizzle, and that could even filter into the afternoon in some spots. Some patchy drizzle here and there. Temperatures rising into the 80s to 90s for highs again, similar to today. And guess what? We do it all over again on Sunday. More patchy drizzle possibly Sunday morning, and then we head into the afternoon, 80s to 90s for highs, cloud cover, and yes, an isolated shower or two is possible. We actually keep in that trend pretty much all the way through Tuesday, and we're going to have a slight chance for rain each day. And then once we head into Wednesday, look at that big drop-off. Another frontal boundary that's going to bring us drier conditions. This front not going to come with as much rainfall, but still going to bring us some drier air behind it, and it will be a lot more comfortable out there as we head into the end of next week. So this is what it's going to look like as far as the upper level pattern is concerned. By the time we head into Sunday, we do have a short wave sweeping across the United States. Let me go ahead and circle that for y'all. That's what we see right here, that little dip that you see showing up on the screen. That is a upper level pattern. That is a shortwave trough in our upper level pattern, which lets us know there is a little bit of a storm system moving through. We continue our way through the timeline, and then we see this larger system sweeping across as we head into the middle of next week. And notice where our winds are coming from. They're going to be coming more from the north and west, and that brings in down cooler and drier air, and that's what you're going to notice as we head into the end of next week. Now, I said it earlier, unfortunately, we're not going to get as much in the way of rainfall, 1/4 of an inch of rain or less for everybody over the next week. And you see a lot of us could make it through the next 7 days without a drop of rain. Then you may be saying, well, what about the aquifer? How's it doing? Do we need it that bad? And the answer is not really. The aquifer at 665.6 feet today. Of course, it's way up from what we had a couple weeks ago thanks to all the heavy rain last week. The 10-day average at 664.5 feet. It has fallen a little bit the last 24 hours, but still, we're well above 660 on the 10-day average, and it should be just over the next 7 days, if we're still doing fine on the 10-day average. The Edwards, or rather SAWS officials and then city officials with San Antonio will come together and decide whether or not to lift Stage 1 water restrictions. So we'll keep you all updated on that with whether they decide to lift those restrictions or not. But remember, they're still in place. Make sure you're watering your lawn on the proper days. Of course, the lawns don't need it as bad right now because it has cooled down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, temperatures are still up there and you want to make sure the lawn gets watered, right? 5.6 inches is what we've had so far for October. That does make this the third wettest month so far this year. And that comes after August and September were so dry. And, you know, with the 3 months that we have had a significant amount of rainfall, April, May, and October, we are now just less than an inch away from picking up our average for a full calendar year. We only need less than an inch, and we will have picked up our average for the first time in years. Remember, 2019 and 2020, we finished up both of those years more than 10 inches behind average. So it will be nice to get some more rainfall in here once we do, to get us back up above that number there. The drought monitor still showing that we have some moderate drought. I was a little surprised by this myself. I thought that we had enough rain in Maverick County and stretching all the way over to Cotulla and even into parts of southern McMullen and LaSalle counties to go ahead and push away the drought. But I guess we just didn't pick up enough rain down there. A majority of the heavy rain that we had last week did occur into the hill country and stretching into northern portions of Bexar County and San Antonio and then into Comal County. That's where the heaviest of the rain was. And areas south of Highway 90, unfortunately, were not as lucky in catching up with all that rain. Your 7-day forecast shows that we do stay with above average temperatures all throughout this next week. That average in the top right corner of your screen, 50s for lows, lower 80s for highs, right at 80 degrees rather, would be our average. And you see, we stay in the mid to upper 80s pretty much all throughout this next week. So very warm here, Saturday all the way through Tuesday, and then we talked about those northwesterly winds. That's really not going to be much of a cold front. Yeah, it will bring slightly cooler air, but it's really going to be more dry air that we catch out of that, which will be nice to have too. And you see Wednesday through Friday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky after we deal with a good amount of cloud cover there Sunday through Tuesday. And of course, as we talked about earlier, it will be drier as well. As far as the 8 to 14-day outlook, we're looking beyond the 7-day forecast now. It looks like below average rainfall could be possible, so we're lucky we got the rain when we did, and then above average temperatures could also be possible for the region, which would mean possibly more temperatures in the mid to upper 80s as we hit throughout the beginning of November. Your Lone Star 3-day forecast, of course, we've already gone through today, but we look at Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the 80s for highs there with some chances for rain in some other parts of the state. And then the Texas Gulf Coast forecast this weekend, if you're traveling down to the beach, great weekend for it, by the way. Going to be a little bit breezy. Southerly winds, though, bringing in more warm conditions. And if you go out to Galveston, that's where you're going to have the better chance for rain. But if you're headed to Port Aransas and South Padre, you've got a better chance for sunshine with just about 20% chances for rain. Your Texas State Park forecast for tomorrow. If you want to go do any hiking at some of our beautiful state parks across South Texas, a lot of cloud cover in the morning, little bit of lingering cloud cover into the afternoon, but temperatures into the 80s. Make sure you drink plenty of water if you'll be out there hiking at our beautiful state parks. If you're going anywhere that has running water or flowing water rather, like Guadalupe River State Park or Pedernales River State or Pedernales Falls State Park rather, should be absolutely stunning with the water flowing through thanks to the heavy rain that we had last week. So guys, I'm going to leave it up here in the 7-day forecast. I hope you can have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Don't forget to tune in to Kent's 5 at 10 o'clock for the latest update to the forecast. We've got the latest update on all the Friday night football going on, of course the forecast, all the news that we have coming up right at 10 o'clock. So be sure to tune into that. And then as you tune in tomorrow morning, I will not be doing weekend mornings anymore. Just a heads up, I will be doing weekend evenings now. You will be able to tune in to see Marina Newman tomorrow morning. So be sure to tune in and welcome her to San Antonio, our latest meteorologist on staff here at KENS 5. So be sure to tune in and give her a hello as well. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll continue to keep you updated on everything right here at KENS 5 and throughout the end of tonight, and then of course all the way throughout the weekend. Have a wonderful weekend.